We have an argument for God's existence from from Michael in California. Welcome to the show. You're on with Jim and Matt. Please present your, well, you can say hello first if you want, but if you have an argument for the existence of God, I'd love to hear it. Excuse me.
Hey, gents. Well, first off, I don't want to present this as if this is going to be a debate topic where we argue for any specific argument for the existence of God. You know, basically I wanted to kind of just, quickly look at both of our epistemic, outlooks. So I take it you're a skeptic, correct?
So I'm confused because the call screener put in here that said, you have an argument.
Okay.
Stop interrupting me or I'm just going to hang up.
Go ahead.
The call screener says that you have an argument for God's existence. And then when we put you on the air, immediately you want to ask about whether I'm a skeptic or what my epistemology is. Have you got an argument for the existence of God or not?
Okay. But will you allow me to frame the argument before I give it to you?
Frame the argument before you give it to me.
Give us the argument. The frame.
Do you have an argument or not?
Okay. So you want a deductive argument? Is that what you're telling me?
We want an argument. Don't care what type.
I want whatever fucking argument you've got rather than the stalling.
I want to give you an argument against physicalism. And
I don't care. That's not relevant, but go ahead.
Okay. Well, it is because all of your arguments are based on naturalism and physicalism.
No, they're fucking not. First of all, you just said all of my arguments. I don't necessarily have to have any arguments. All I have to do is not accept that there's a God, and to show that these arguments for the existence of God have not met their burden of proof. So yet you have twice, shut up. You have twice now deflected to what I do or don't believe. Tell me what you believe and why, or you're gone.
Okay, I believe that God is actually a rational concept to hold. I believe I have a concept of God, and I believe I have quite a few logical arguments that I can prove it with. I mentioned one being the argument of consciousness, but I guess we could go down that route if you'd like.
Argument from consciousness.
And you need to find your God. Define God.
Okay, yeah, perfect. That's what I was talking about, framing the argument, Matt. That's what I wanted. Let's pretend we're on bar stools, out on 6th Street.
No, let's not. Let's pretend like we're on a show with 5 other people waiting to talk and stop wasting time.
Okay, I'm not wasting time. Okay, so
you are.
God is going to.
And you saying you're not wasting time was also a waste of time, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that series of statements was a waste of time. Okay, so what I'm going to define God as a mind-like entity that has the ability to direct physics in a teleological direction.
Okay, prove it.
Hang on.
It's vague, but so yeah, so you're trying to avoid.
Hang on.
Do you want me to define it more specifically?
I would like so first of all, I don't know what mind-like means. And I don't know what it means to be able to direct physics in a teleological direction. What's a teleological direction? Does that mean you're directing physics towards Earth or towards teleology as a subject?
Yeah, I would definitely, part of my whole argument will definitely include, in trying to support the soundness of the soundness of the premises and the validity of the argument, will include that it's impossible for us to exist without some teleology in the natural world. I reject the supernatural and natural distinction. I do hold to skepticism, but I'm all basically a rationalist and an empiricist.
I just asked you, what the hell, Michael, stop.
Yeah,
I said I don't know what mind-like entity means, and I said I don't know what the ability to direct physics in a teleological direction means, and you provided zero explanation for either. So what is mind-like entity?
Okay, what I would say a mind-like entity would be some yeah, this is going to be a hard one. I mean, because I'm trying to frame it in.
No, it's not. We're done.
Yeah, we're done. If you can't define it, you don't know it.
I asked you to define your God. You gave a word salady, mind-like entity that has the ability to direct physics in a teleological direction. And I said, I don't know what mind-like means. and I don't know what direct physics in a teleological direction means. And it turns out neither do you.
Yep.
If you did, you'd have had it ready. Better bring your A game.
Yeah. And for those of you who aren't familiar with teleology and the definition, it's the explanation of phenomena in terms of the purpose they serve rather than of the cause by which they arise. So I don't know how you get a teleological direction out of any definition for teleology that I can find. So you have a long way to go to understand your own position, which is just kind of funny.